Maloney has it, McGeady's matching his run, Fortune's in his left, can he have a shot here? Out it goes to Fortune, and that goes into the back of the net, and the goal will stand, and it's Aidan McGeady to score Celtic's first competitive goal of the domestic season, and it's Aberdeen 0, Celtic 1.
Well, Tony, I'll put a prediction on that will not be goal of the season because he just bundled it in. I thought Maloney should have played the ball on inside right for McGeady, who'd sprinted forward. Instead he played it to Fortune. The deflection broke for McGeady, but well played to McGeady. He just followed it in and he kind of bundled it over the line, and I think getting the first goal was so important. I think we can push on now. In the last 5 or 10 minutes I think we've had, had all the possession, we've had all the play, and it'll be interesting to see how Aberdeen respond to that because they're a team lacking in confidence.
Ball down from Mulgrew. He's looking for a free kick for handball against Scott McDonald, but he's forced to play it back to Jamie Langfield. And can we capitalise? Figure of the former Swindon captain, Jarell Eiffel, brings it away, throwing to Aberdeen 2-3 yards into the Celtic half, taken by Foster. I'm just laughing at Martin McGee. He's gone absolutely mental, isn't he?
I mean, he was absolutely giving Chris Maguire a pasting because he didn't make any run to give Dan Mackey an option.
Maguire sets up Mackey this time, and Guemo in there. Maloney through for McGeady. He's got some space again. It's 3 against 3 at the moment. McGeady brings it into the Aberdeen half. He's got Fortuné in his left. It goes out to Marc-Antoine Fortuné. He cuts infield, takes a shot, held at the near post by Jamie Langfield. I think he offered a slight hand of apology towards McGeady and McDonald there because the pass back into McGeady might have been the better option.
Yeah, I think if you'd one criticism in the first half, it would be maybe the final ball. I think we're getting a lot of possession and we're getting a lot of space. McDonald in that right flank, Fortuné in the left flank, but maybe just the final ball into the boxes. We haven't created the chances we should have for the amount of possession we've had, and good areas as well.
Eiffel wins the header, but Maloney picks up the ball, and Donati switches play, and Andy Hinkle's in acres of space in that right hand side. Let's see how he gets on against the former Celtic man Mulgrew. It's passed him first time into McGeady at the edge of the box. McGeady turns, takes a shot, and what a finish from Aidan McGeady in 42 minutes with his left foot, and that is, can I say that's the goal of the season?
Well, I was just going to say if the first one wasn't, that might be, because I was talking about the fact that McGeady can be as comfortable playing in his left foot and shooting, and my goodness, he absolutely hammered that one. Langfield was at full stretch and had not a chance, and I have to be honest, there's Aberdeen fans leaving just now, and I don't think they're leaving for the pie queue because they've been absolutely pasted in this first half. And McGeady's a goal away. We've seen games before up here where Aidan McGeady has been a star. He's had 2 goals, and to be honest, I think there's players like Maloney have been just as good. I think it's been an excellent performance, but I think we deserve the 2-goal lead because we've been that dominant in the first half.
I think come 2:30 this afternoon we're going to be top of the league.
Well, I think that's a fair assumption, but I wouldn't like to be, if I was an Aberdeen player, I would just maybe stay on the park at half time because Mark McGee is going to give them an absolute roasting. And
the sun's come out.
We've still got 2.5 minutes of this first half. It wouldn't surprise me if we scored again because I think we can finish this game by half time, and I think we've just, for some reason, we've been given the freedom of Pittodrie, and I think the players, the movement, the passing, the enthusiasm has been great. Andries Hinkle had loads of space down that right wing and set up McGeady very, very well.
Ball back from Fortuné out to Foster. The rain has gone off, the sun is shining brightly, certainly on Celtic at the moment. Luvens, McDonald for Aberdeen, out to Mulgrew, just inside the Celtic half a yard up towards Aluko. Andy Hinkle, good play from Hinkle to Boritz, out towards McGeady. 2 goals in the space of 13 minutes. The offside flag goes up against Miller. Good call, says Darren O'Dea. I'm not convinced actually, but we'll not argue it. We're a minute and a half away from the end of this first 45. And Guemo wins the header out to Fortuné, chested down by Fortuné into McGeady. Fortuné wants it back and does, and gets it. Fortuné into the box. He's got McDonald there as well. Goes behind him. Scott McDonald, goal number 3 for Celtic in 44 minutes. and Scott McDonald adds to the goal he scored in Moscow 10 days ago, and it's surely 3 points. Aberdeen 0, Celtic 3.
Well, I said to you, when it was 1-0, I thought we could go on and finish the game at half-time, and we did. And I think Fortune's another player. His movement, he's on the right, he's on the left, he's through the middle. He started that move, but chesting it down on the touchline, played a simple 1-2 with McGeady. And again, we've spoke about the final ball into the box. That time, it was much more dangerous. It caused panic, it caused chaos in the Aberdeen defence, and Scott McDonald showed great composure and buried it. And I think at the moment, I think the half-time whistle is going to save Aberdeen from annihilation, because that's what it's looking like at the moment.
Well, I'm not a gambling man, but I had £2 and 4-0 at 25-1, so I only need one more. I'll settle for another 3 or 4 more, to be honest with you, because I don't think we'll be facing teams with the defensive ability of Aberdeen week in, week out in this league. I think it'll be tougher as we go on.
But again, it's a bit like we play Dynamo Moscow. We go away, we go abroad, we win the game, we win it playing really good football. It vindicates what Tony Mowbray's trying to do. We come to one of the toughest away grounds, and in the first half we've scored 3 goals. And I think it's a sign to the players and a sign to the supporters that something good's happening here.
I wonder what whoever's here from Arsenal today will make of this Celtic performance. The 45 minutes are up, incidentally. I haven't seen Craig Thompson telling Stevie O'Reilly to add anything else on. Darnley D with a loose ball out for a... Did it go out for a throw in? Did it bounce in the line? I think it stayed in.
It stayed in.
Donati gave up the chase for it. Everybody was expecting it to go out. Eiffel, long ball down. Hinkle should have this. Hinkle up to McGeady, who's on a hat-trick now, and remarkably, in the space of 16 minutes, Celtic have scored 3 goals. Jim Craig, who is the hardest man to please in all of Celtic's history, must be impressed with this. We'll hear from Jim very, very shortly.
Yeah, the Celtic fans chanting Tony Mowbray's name just now, and again, it's just 45 minutes, but I think it's just very encouraging, to score 3 goals and create the chances we have in the first half. I think it's been tremendous.
Well, the boos say it all for the home supporters. Aidan McGeady in 29 minutes, 42 minutes, another from Aidan. This time Andy Hinkle away from Mulgrew, the goal of the match so far. And then only 2 minutes later, Scott McDonald, Fortuné, a 1-2 with Aidan McGeady. McDonald, the poacher, was there to pick up the pieces. Half-time at Pittodrie, it's Aberdeen 0, Celtic 3.
And what a good afternoon at Pittodrie.